So I get questions as how do we introduce books to little ones at a very early age. So first, after 3 months, 3 to 6 months, you can start introducing black and white books or touch and feel books to them, which is very tiny books, so that it is easy to manage, so it is easy to hold, and you have no problem in holding or showing it to the baby. It should not be so huge. So if it is so huge, then that becomes a problem. So it should not be huge. So that is number one. And number two, after that, after 6 months, you can start introducing various other books, color books, and things like that. So it is not mandatory to follow this, like it is not mandatory to go with Peppa Pig or a particular book, a Hungry Caterpillar book, or a first 1,000 words book, first 100 words book. It's not mandatory to go with such things. Okay, so you can start with anything you have. If you have a cousin who is willing to lend the book, who's used it gently, and the book is in great condition, and you can very well get it from them, or it is available in Amazon. Any color books, board books are available in Amazon. So talking about board books would have thick cardboard like sheets. So the baby, it is easy for the baby to turn the page, and then it is easy for the baby to handle also. It is not very thin. Okay, so it is easy to handle. And then it's brightly colored, so this attracts the baby heavily. So after a point of time, they get used to it. You start reading to them, it wouldn't make sense to them, but then they would be fascinated by the words, and they would listen to it over and over again. So the idea here is to sit with the baby, spend time, and try reading it over and over again. Like you can do it twice a day or once a day, and then you can keep repeating it till the baby is okay with it. And then within a week or so, if the baby is more than a year, the baby would bring it to you and would ask you to read. So that is the most interesting part of reading books to babies. And here, this one is a lift the flap book. So here you have, this is been used extensively by my little one. So here there are various pictures, and here you have the flap available, and he opens it to see what is inside, and I do play with it. And so I ask him, where is giraffe? And then it does not mean that they had to show it immediately, but then it is okay that you just spend time with them, sit with them, and just introduce things to them. And the problem with this book is, number one, the page is too thin. Number two, there are a lot of characters in it, lot of objects in it, so the baby would get it distracted. And number three, it is very big for the baby to handle it, wherein my 1-year-old will bring this book and ask me to read, sit with me and ask me to read, and he would not speak, but then he would give this book and he would open it and sit with me, and so I'll start reading. But then what happens with this book is, though he is able to carry it from one place to another, the handling of the book is very difficult. And so you can just have it to introduce things to the baby, but then they get distracted. That is a problem. So this is primarily for much more older babies, like probably more than 2. So but it is not like the one hard and fast rule to follow, that you have to go with this particular book or that particular book, whatever. Okay, if he is okay with it, if he is very much interested in any book, he can very well start with it, or flashcards for that matter, is, or if that also is available to you, can introduce it. So anything, basically anything to start with.